Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. And I'm going to be answering the big question that is getting posted everywhere over on Twitter. And that is XRP ready to explode? So I've been seeing a lot of charts being posted around XRP skyrocketing. First and foremost, we need to watch this market closely right now and be cautious because Bitcoin has still been ranging under resistance, and it could very well have a strong rejection back down to about 27, 28K. Dominance around Bitcoin is fairly high, so as we do see that, well, altcoins will most likely have a pretty rough time. Also, Bitcoin has been chopping and ranging. That is not good for altcoins with Bitcoin dominance being as high as it is. So altcoins could still bleed for the next couple weeks or months ahead. So we need to make sure that we are being cautious. And that doesn't mean, hey, go out and sell your altcoins and, come back later. No, it means, just be cautious and don't FOMO in on charts being posted around Twitter. As we do look at XRP, I've talked about it many times in the past. We are well over 2,000 plus days since the last time that we had an all-time high for XRP. What's wild about this is that most people over on Twitter and most people around this market have already come to the conclusion that XRP will never reach an all-time high ever again. I think that is absolutely ridiculous. Now, in terms of price targets I've talked about around XRP, anywhere between $7 to $10 is where I'm really kind of looking at XRP. I think that $10 is a psychological number. So most likely we, get close to $10, and guess what? We reject before we even get there. But again, as we do look at that, right, I'm mainly focusing on like the lower tier numbers, like the $5 to $7 range, and making sure that if and when we do break the all-time high, which I believe that we will, it's going to move pretty quickly, right? Now, I've seen a lot of people come to the conclusion that, hey, Judge Torres, if she makes the positive decision around Ripple, we could see XRP skyrocket in value. And yeah, that's technically, a possibility, but we could also see XRP do absolutely nothing. So imagine that, right? I don't want to rely on factors to just push the price of XRP. I think that XRP will gradually increase in value, especially as utility comes into play around this market. And when I say that, I mean like when utility matters. And that's when we get to much higher valuations on XRP, where, XRP is trading at double-digit plus figures, and it's pretty much the norm. Today, more than ever, as we do look at the space, we know that utility is not really a major selling point. And I always say, yeah, right? But as we do look at XRP, I believe that we will reach a new all-time high. And when that day does happen, you're going to want to have a bag of XRP simply because of the fact that I think that there's going to be a lot of FOMO around XRP. And this is also why we accumulate the range. Very similar to like 2020, or even just recently, going all the way back to the summer of 2022, all the way up until just recently before we started to break out a little bit. Now, I think everyone's targets are set on Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin ETFs. We do see an approved spot Bitcoin ETF could be one of the largest launches in history. But what a lot of people aren't realizing is, failure to actually have these ETFs get passed through and get rejected could very well cause the market to have a chaotic downward move. So as we do see that, we need to be prepared for either case, right? I'm already in major positions because I believe that this market is very, very bullish this year, and will continue to be very bullish in the next couple years. In terms of the short term, we also have to prepare for anything, which is also why I say make sure that you do have stable coins on the sidelines waiting to buy certain levels, right? You could always have spot trades in terms of, areas at which you have buy alerts. For an example, XRP, I have buy alerts all the way down to about 11 cents just in case. And I'll talk to you guys about why in this video as well. But everyone has been set on these Bitcoin ETFs, and everyone believes that they're going to get pushed through. And just recently, Larry Fink went on a massive marketing campaign for Bitcoin practically on mainstream media news. Now, again, everyone was looking at this and saying it's so bullish, and this time it's different. When I see things like this, it makes me flip bearish on this market because, again, these are individuals that know how to play into the retail sector's emotions. Remember, this is an individual that is running an asset manager or an asset management company, that has $10 trillion under management. So think about that, right? Like, why would they care about, enriching the retail sector? They're already extremely wealthy individuals. They manipulate the news media articles. They've been doing it forever. So whenever I see, bullish tweets or bullish narratives around Larry Fink and these big executives, I instantly say, yep, we're probably at a local top. We'll probably have a major dip here soon, which we did. We seen a major dip. But everyone has been posting these wild charts around XRP. And we've been seeing articles coming out saying, analyst identifies price level at which XRP would finally face rocket-like rally. And I've been seeing these charts forever now. To be completely honest with you guys, I don't think that we should have this idea that XRP is going to explode once we get past this level or that level. We could have confirmed breakouts, but the problem is all of these charts always say, okay, once we break this level, we're instantly going to a new all-time high. If that was the case, right, we would have had a new all-time high back in 2021. And, even recently, right, everyone was getting extremely excited about the XRP price chart. The problem is that we never cleared 56 cents. We never actually had a confirmed breakout, but you've seen charts like this going around, FOMOing in on retail's emotions. So what we seen was retail buying in at, 55 cents, 54 cents. And to me personally, like, listen, do I think that those price targets later on in time will become profitable areas? Yeah, sure. But at this point, like, you already bought in at 50 some cents. Today, XRP is trading at about roughly 47 cents. Again, long term, yeah, there's no real, problem with that, but you could have got a lot more for your dollar under 50 cents anyways. That's why I don't like to FOMO in on these charts. And usually when we see these charts, I also look at it as almost a bearish factor. But we've been seeing these getting posted around. Just recently, we've seen over here, XRP dominance update. While eyes are on the lawsuit causing stress/emotions, which I do agree with this, right? Like, everyone's focused on the lawsuit. They're not focused on the factors outside of it. And this is the XRP dominance chart. Now, I do think that the XRP dominance chart is getting ready to have a major move, but it's going to take some time. It's not going to happen, next week or next month. But I do believe that we could see a major rally for XRP. They're talking about, a 39x rally for XRP within the span of 56 days. For an example, this is going all the way back to 2017, 2018, talking about this, right? And it's ultimately the dominance chart breaking this downtrend. Now, are we going to see a 39x for XRP? It's questionable, right? Like, I've talked about it. Like, my target levels initially are going to be like the $5 to $7 range. Then we really kind of look at, all right, is $10 going to get broken this time? But I do think that $10 is a very large psychological level. The thing is that I've been seeing a lot of these predictions around XRP's price, going all the way back to February, for an example, which this was February 8th. If we look at XRP's price chart today, and we go back to like around the February timeframe, it was right here. Now, it did get posted at a pretty decent time to buy XRP or accumulate some XRP before it ran all the way up to about like 58 cents. But the problem is that this was XRP will hit $24 or so in June. Okay, mind you, June already passed. Did we hit $24? No. A lot of what we see around these charts and these price predictions is just, clicks, views, engagement. As we look at XRP today, right? I've been talking about this for a while. It's been over 2,000 plus days since we hit a new all-time high. And the thing is that you should expect the unexpected. Everyone's expecting one thing out of XRP, and that's this, right? Instantly going up in value and, doing whatever. But what about if we seen an unprecedented market crash? Okay. And I've talked about this. If you already have stablecoins on the sidelines and maybe you have target levels on XRP that you want to buy at, like, for an example, I have buy alerts, or I should say I have buy orders for about like 35 cents here. I have them for about like 28 or so cents here. And then from there, I have a few targets. I have this level from January of 2021, which was also a few levels that we've seen back here in 2018 being tested. It was some nice support from 2019. And even recently, we kind of held on to it back in 2020, the end of 2020, which is right around, this is like 25 cents or so. I have some buy targets here. And then also some pretty significant levels here. This is major support. And it's a level that we wicked down past during the lawsuit, actually. This is like 17 and almost like a half cents. And then last but not least, I do have the 11-cent zone as well. Now, of course, listen, I have capital set aside that's pretty much doing nothing. But listen, you don't always need to have money invested constantly. No, you should always have some on the sidelines waiting for, certain buy targets to be hit, because you never know, right? You never know. For example, for those that were not here in November of 2020, I remember during this time, we seen the same exact thing. Charts being posted everywhere. Hey, XRP is about to skyrocket. XRP is going to break a new all-time high. And then guess what? Look at what happened. Nobody would have guessed this. Mind you, this is like during a bull run. XRP crashes 79% almost. Nobody would have guessed it. And I'm not saying that we're going to crash 79% from today, but I'm just saying, like, in a world where this did happen, 79 cents would take us all the way down to nearly, 10 cents. And I'm not saying that it's going to happen. I'm not going to say like, hey, this is guaranteed. No. As we look at XRP today, everyone is dead set on Ripple winning the lawsuit. Everyone is dead set on XRP skyrocketing. But what if the opposite happens? That's why I always say, like, you need to prepare for anything. Do I have a bag of XRP? Yes. Will I ever sell that XRP bag? Again, I've talked to you guys about how I believe that XRP is a long-term hold. And when I say long-term, I mean like 10 plus years. And the reason why I'm holding it 10 plus years is because I see extreme long-term growth around this market, especially around utility. Of course, short-term, I do think that there's going to be a lot of money to be made off of XRP. I've talked about those targets. Like I said, everyone's still waiting on $10. I think it's much more of a psychological level than anything. So we probably don't go to $10 exactly. But I also have buy targets set on XRP that I feel very, comfortable holding and waiting to see if they do get realized in, because it never hurts to have, buy orders, right? The buy orders are just going to sit there. And if they never get hit, well, guess what? That money's still in the account. That money's still safe, depending on where you have it. So you could have it on OTC. I don't really advise you to keep buy orders on exchanges unless the exchange is not actually depositing your money. It's waiting for it to deposit if those targets do get hit. But me personally, as we look at XRP, I think everyone's just dead set on one thing. In my opinion, is XRP ready to explode? I think XRP has been ready to explode for well over 2,000 days. We are just waiting, right? The market is still just waiting. And the thing that I've always said around XRP is this is not a coin for everyone. This will test your patience. This will test your emotions and see, how emotional you are. As we look at XRP and the dominance for XRP, this is the main chart that everyone has been looking at. And although, it is pretty interesting to note, like, I've been focused on this chart for a little bit of time, and I could technically move this down a little bit, right around this range. I've been waiting for this thing to break out for a very long time. When and if, for most people, they believe that this is going to happen in the short term, when this does break out, because this has been well over 2,000 plus days since it topped back in 2017, 2018, and it topped before it went on that all-time high run. This was May of 2017. Again, market cycles are a little bit, weird with dominance and how dominance works. But nonetheless, you still see the spike from January. I mean, this thing ran up in terms of just Bitcoin dominance. This is XRP versus the market in terms of XRP dominance, right? This ran up about 826%. From that, we made that all-time high, and we made a historical all-time high that everyone remembers, everyone knows about. The thing about XRP dominance, right, is that I've talked about it. I've actually talked about utilizing XRP dominance to gauge where XRP could go in the next major cycles, going off of the average high in terms of just the recent run up back in April or so of 2021. which was right around like 3%, like 3.3% almost of the market. It ran all the way up to about like 4% itself. And even back in November of 2020, this thing was getting ready to break out, which is also another thing that I've talked to you guys about with the XRP lawsuit. It came in at the perfect time. This thing was getting ready to break out, but it hit resistance, and it was coming back down to retest. I honestly think that we probably would have backtested this area here as resistance, flip it into support, and then continued higher. But guess what? The lawsuit came in at the perfect time to suppress XRP's price. And again, that's another thing, right? Like there's so much pressure here for XRP. And XRP has been suppressed for so long, in my opinion. And how long has that been? Well, going all the way back to the lawsuit to today, this has been roughly, 922 days. So in my opinion, yeah, I think XRP is ready to explode. The problem is that how long is it going to take from today, right? Nobody knows. That's why we do see these charts getting posted and everyone's saying like, oh, it's going to happen by this date. All of these dates, I'm just going to be honest with you guys, they're nonsense, right? Nobody knows when XRP is going to have that official breakout. But one thing is sure, I've said it, this market still needs to have a proper cycle, meaning we need Bitcoin to have its major run up. We need Bitcoin to finish that major run up. We need money to flow into Ethereum. And then from Ethereum, we need money to flow around the altcoin market. It happens every single time. And when we get to that point, that's where we can kind of gauge where XRP is going to go. Again, I think everyone has been dead set on this idea outside of the XRP community, of course, which is the fact that XRP is never going to make a new all-time high. And I just think that that is kind of ridiculous. Again, without the lawsuit, would XRP have broke its all-time high? It might have, right? We don't know. I honestly think that there has been so much price suppression on XRP. I think XRP was... I think that this is one of the most scrutinized assets out there, and it's wild because it's still in the top, 10, and it's been in the top 10 for the last, I want to say like 5, 6, 7 years now. So as we do look at this asset, I do think that it's ready to explode. I think that this entire market is gearing up for a major move, but we need to be patient and we need to be cautious at all times. You can't just have one track mind in this market. You need to say, okay, well, let me take a step back. Where could the next major target be if we lose this level? Well, guess what? That's going to be around like 35 cents. 35 cents is a great historical level to buy at for the long term because it is most likely going to hit profits. I also have levels at which I feel very confident about buying if we have those targets hit, which I have those buy orders just in case. You never know when they are going to get hit or if they are going to get hit. Nobody would have predicted most of the black swan events around crypto. Anything is possible. Again, I'm gauging on the lawsuit. We don't know if there's going to be a clear win. I've said it. It could very well still be in an area of corruption where the judge is being paid off. You never know what is going to happen, right? It never hurts to have those buy orders in just in case. But with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are on this beautiful. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.